Welcome to the Local Business Launchpad. We are stoked to have you here. Really, the reason we started this was just to help other local businesses grow, to use the same systems that we use for our clients, and then even to network and connect with other local service businesses or local businesses in general, and to really have a community here that learns from each other. And again, I want to be a great resource to everyone. Put your questions on the homepage. Ask anything you need to. I'll be answering to the best of my ability, and hopefully, this is really great for everyone. And that's why we're doing this course here. So, to get right into the content of what this module is going to be all about, I'm going to share my screen with you so you can kind of see what I put together for you. One thing that I think is super important um, for businesses and really anything that you do is to have proof of the proof of concept. That's why I put proof of concept slide up here. So as you can see, these are just some text I got. I literally just put two little slides on just to show you kind of the text that I get from my clients. This is like a daily and weekly basis. This is just over the past month, as I'm doing this now. But this dude over 10K in one day from his Facebook and Instagram ads. One was a $6,000 deal that was closed, another 4,800. This one, I asked how much in revenue did those four generate? Because he had four leads that came through, and he did 4.5K. And now ROAS means return on ad spend. So he spent $190 for his ads, and that got him back 4,500. So he 24x his money. If you go to the casino, you'd have to play uh, probably roulette or something to have something like that. I know that's like 35 to 1 or whatever, but it's like those are the type of things you're getting. But these are systems that are proven and work time and time and time again. That's why our clients stay with us. Um, when they go with us, they re-up every single month because they know it works and it's paying for itself, right? Another one here, $1,800 booked, another 1,500 there. Got some big one. Oh, this was really cool. In one his first month, this was Alex Paints. I'll show you him um in our module that we're gonna go through today. But he did 90K in quotes in his first 30 days. This one really cool. Another 28-day um example here. $30,000 closed. He did 20K in that last week there, um, leading up to this. And now we're about 31 days ish right now, and this is now over $40,000, which is really, really cool. This one was another cool one. Six deals in one day that was almost $7,000. And then these are cool because it's recurring too. It's you get it one year, and every year after they're going to be going with you. So that just to kind of show you what this does and why you should be doing it in your company. And I'm not saying even use us, like I want to teach you how to do this on your own so you can run it yourself and do it yourself. So into the learning module today, we will be going over um, kind of everything that I like to do for our clients and show you how that you can do it for yourself. So module one is just how local service businesses actually get clients. I think there's a lot of misconception along with the best ways to get clients. I know for me, when I first started out going into painting, there was like, man, like I'm just hoping I get a referral. I hope I got some word of mouth. We're door knocking, we're cold calling, we're doing everything to either hope we get a client or we have to go produce it by door knocking and spending hours upon hours on the phone or walking in a neighborhood when we could have been doing that producing jobs. So, I'm going to go through that here and just kind of the system that we use at North Star Marketing. That is very simple and takes all the weird, complex systems and SEO and all those things just don't work out of it and just make it super simple for you to run a simple ad and get clients every single day. So, on to the next one here. So we're just going to go over our clear, modern understanding of how local service businesses actually get clients without all the funnels, complexity, pressure, and just keep it super simple. So the core truth about everything that we do. Local businesses don't grow because of all the those TV commercials and the fancy marketing and all that stuff. They grow through fundamental principles that build real relationships and trust the customers, okay? So, or trust with the customers rather. So, three core tenets of this is you show up consistently. So regular presence online is going to build recognition. It demonstrates reliability to the potential customers when they're following you, doing stuff like that. And this doesn't mean you have to post something every day in terms of like the reel or image ads. Just post on your story like, hey, we're at a job here doing this today. Every day, just post something or like to the best of your abilities, and that's going to keep your followers engaged. Now, we're going to get to why here in a second of like the ads we're running that are going to help you, but this is going to help a lot with building that trust so that they come to you before they ever go to Google and look at painters near me or HVAC near me or whatever it is. They're like, oh, I already follow this guy on Instagram. I'm just going to write to him, right? So that goes right into the next one, building trust faster. So the biggest thing now, like there's an epidemic in the United States now where trust is at an all-time low. I forget the statistic I saw. I wish I could reference it. That would have really made me sound smart. But um, essentially, people do not trust other people right now. It is a big thing. So when you can go online and you can just talk like you're trying to help people out, you're, hey, if you're doing this painting project, maybe try to sand it down before you paint, put the primer on and then paint it, something like that, right? Or if you're looking for colors, go to Sherwin and they have a color wheel, yada yada yada, right? You're giving input, and you're not every single video saying buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. That's going to push people away, okay? And then the biggest thing too is quickly respond. So there's two ads you're going to be running, follower and lead form. Both of them, when you're in the DMs with them, and now we have VAs that we pay to do this for us because obviously we have a lot of clients, but these virtual assistants, it's like, listen, you're not paid to do anything else other than talk to people as fast as possible, an appointment set for the client. So if you're a painting client, if you're a holiday lighting client, like they're just trying to get the appointment set for the quote, essentially, right? So fast response times are going to show professionalism, respect, and again, this is crucial too. This in here. So when someone's scrolling and they interact with you, they like your post, they follow you, they fill out the lead form, whatever it is. They're thinking about you right then and there. But you, me, everyone that we know, when we're scrolling, you're thinking about that right then and there. Then once you get to the next thing, you're no longer thinking about it. But if you were to get a call within 5 minutes, within 60 seconds, oh, okay, it's still on top of mind. You get a call 3 hours later, 3 days later, you don't, they're not engaged anymore. So that is very, very big, and I highly recommend that. So, oh shoot, let me go back 1 second. Okay, I'll just go through this one whole time. 1 second, please bear with me. Okay, so we'll just go through this. Okay, so there's that. On to the next. All right. So there's three ways that a customer will find you when they are um, in their process, in the sales process, in the sales journey. Okay. One, searching on Google, painters near me, realtors near me, HVAC near me, right? Two, social. So social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you name it. That is the other source where they're scrolling, they see you, they engage. Now, the way that Meta and all these social medias work is, and we always say it, right? Like, oh, like the phone's listening to me. Oh, no. Well, in the way that's true. Like if you start engaging with, let's say you search on Google paint, and then I'm going to use paint a lot just because that's the background I come from. It's easy for me to just throw examples out. But so let's just say, okay, they're thinking of you search on Google Paint, or on Instagram, you wait a little too long when you see a before and after or something like that. Well, now it's going to know to push that towards you. So that's where our ads come in. It knows how to target those individual people, and then we'll teach you how to specifically target the people you want. Third way, word of mouth, pretty simple. I bet a lot of you guys are really relying on word of mouth a lot and searching, which both of those things you have no control over. Now, you can do a really good job, right? You can try and get your website to look really good for the search part. You can do a really good job, paint well, do your job well and get word of mouth referrals, but eventually those will stop and you don't have a consistent lead funnel getting you clients consistently. And that's where our North Star system comes in, and that's what's really going to help you out. And again, it's proven. We've used it for a bunch of clients, and again, you're spending such a little amount of money every day on like your ads to get these $10,000 payments. It's really great, honestly. So here's why most of the marketing strategies that a lot of people will tell you to do or post online about, they just over complicate stuff and they don't actually work. So a lot of times there are complex, unnecessary steps that confuse both you, the business owner, as well as the customers. You're creating friction, you're creating barriers from the customer journey starting here to get to the point of sale instead of offering them an easy solution, right? In the DMs, it's like texting a friend. Well, they can just be doing that with you or your VA or whatever you want to use and get on the phone call versus having to jump through all these hoops and go to your website and do this and that. It's like you want to create as little friction as possible. That's where social media is great. The second one really ties into that, and that's kind of, I guess, the bridge there is the customer confusion aspect. You're overwhelming these prospects with way too many choices, complicated decision making, and essentially making the process that delays action. And remember, the last slide we're talking about everything has to be quick. We want to be fast, and that's how you get to um, a sale and you can close people down quicker is by less friction and quick response time. Okay. I like history a lot, and I wasn't gonna bring this up, but I think it's kind of a cool frame for your mind. If you look at in history, you look at like Napoleon, George Washington, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, all these great like generals and historical figures. One thing they all have in common, which I found very, very interesting, is their speed. They move with speed. Um, when I think it was Napoleon, everyone expected him to the people he was about to fight in this war or in this like battle. They're like, oh, it's going to take him 6 days to get here. And that's for hundreds of years. That's how long it would take armies to move from where he was at to where they were going to fight. He was there in 2 days and was able to surprise the enemy and move quick. Then you even look at like a business side of things, Steve Jobs, and kind of the modern, like those type of entrepreneurial people. His thing was they called it like the Steve Jobs sphere. I'm really butchering that. There's a different term from it but that will make sense for you. I'm kind of paraphrasing it. But essentially, he would come in and say, I need this product done in 30 days. And like, this is going to take 3 years, not 30 days. What are you talking about? Like, that's not possible. He goes, no, it's going to get done in 30 days. We have to move quick. Well, lo and behold, it might be done in 45 days, but it was a lot faster than 3 days. And that's why they were so successful. So again, move fast, limit confusion with your customers, and you'll be good. Again, the confidence issues, I think if you move fast and you do it well, that eliminates all the complex strategies that often fail to build the genuine confidence that customers are going to need in you to make a purchasing decision. And all that goes into simplicity winning. Local markets respond best to straightforward, clear messaging and uncomplicated customer experiences. All right, which moves us in to the North Star visibility model. So this is everything you're going to need to consistently book clients. So I'll move my head out of the way there. Um, this is an example of Alex Paints' Instagram. So this is one of the first, how do I put it? I guess kind of myths around marketing and social media marketing. How many times are you on social media and you hear some guru or some type of person saying, "Oh, we can help you get viral. We'll get you 1 million views in 30 days or whatever it is." None of that matters. You actually don't want 1 million views. Okay. Painting example again. Let's say you post a really nice like landscape, and I always see the landscaping guy on Facebook that's doing like the fast video of him cleaning everything out, and it's like super super satisfying to watch, right? This satisfying before and after painting or landscaping, whatever it is. How many of you will watch those though and then buy? I know I don't. I watch them and I scroll. Okay, so they might get 1 million views, but how many buyers do they get? Zero. We are not after views. We are not after millions of followers. We are after viewers that are buyers. So for you, right, you are after a viewer that's going to buy your service, okay? When it comes to the followers, we want, and this was when he was a newer client. That's why it's obviously it'll grow, but we don't want 1,000 followers. We want 177 followers that are potential buyers, that are leads, right? The reason these numbers are so big is because this is what we put the ad spend behind. And this is where the leads come in, the followers come in. But this is a great example of we want buyers, we want leads, we don't want just viewers. Okay. So now to the North Star visibility model here. Starts with one simple video. Okay. North Star marketing, when we work with a client, our approach is based on clarity and simplicity. So we want to make a very clear video. So this middle one here is just a straight before and after him talking about what they did, and at the end it's a call to action. Okay. And it's super simple. This is just him talking with the client giving a testimonial how great he was, and then this is a video of him explaining uh, what he's about and kind of a call to action to follow his page, and that's where we get into the DM conversation. Okay, so then these become simple ads. These are all posts, then we make them into ads. We just run them as we boost them. By the way, do not boost on your Instagram app. Okay, Apple takes like 30% of that. You got to go into your ads manager and do it that way. We'll get into all of that as this course progresses. But these are simple ads, three components of working together. And there's not all these extra steps. And then it's just simple conversations in the DMs. It's not anything crazy. Some of you may have had them with me or one of my VAs, if you're on this call at this point. So that moves on to the modern client journey. Okay. So they see your post or ad or whatever it is, right? So this is the initial awareness and discovery phase. So they find out who you are. Now let's say right here, they follow you right in between 1 and 2. They follow your page and they're like, okay, I like this guy. I'm gonna follow him. I'm not ready to buy anything yet, but I'm gonna shoot him a follow. I kind of like what he's saying, whatever it is. Okay. Might need a painting project or a realtor in the future. This is now where you build trust. So they go on your page and they see, oh, there's a testimonial. Oh, that's great. Okay. There's a before and after video of you showing what you did, and then not just showing you, oh, the way we did this really well was we were able to sand the wall down, and then we were able to apply the paint, and that was helping it last longer, whatever it is, right? Then they message you. Also, we recommend outreach when you get a follower, outreach to them as well. Um, and this is going to help with one, building that trust because now it feels like a human to human relationship and not just they're following a page with no connection. All right. Then that conversation is going to push them into the spot where it's like, oh, hey, like, would you like a free quote? Like, we're doing free quotes all day. Obviously, we all kind of know in this business and industry, obviously you're going to do a free quote, but the word free is a kind of a dinner bell for some people. And like, oh yeah, you know what? I actually would like a free quote. I trust you. And now guess what? You got a client without them saying, okay, I have another two guys coming this weekend to give me a quote and then I'll choose the best one. No, they only know you. They didn't go to Google SEO or anything like that yet. You are ahead of the game. That's why this is so important. Okay. So if a prospect trusts you, price becomes secondary as well, kind of reinforcing that point. So why simple ads work so well? We're running these ads to excuse me, to the local market where we're going to say, so for all my painting companies I work with, and for the lighting company and the landscaper is more local, but I'll stick to those guys there. They all said they're good within an hour. They'll go an hour outside of where they're from to do a job. Okay. I have a landscaper and a seating company, and they are more within like 25 miles they want to go to, right? So it kind of varies on their comfortability, but guess what? We can target those buyers in those areas. So you're going to have 100% local. It's not going to be, oh, we're just advertising the US. Hopefully someone from Northeast Ohio or wherever it is comes through. No, you're going to target exactly what you want. Okay. So we're targeting real buyers, simple ads that put you directly in front of people actively looking for your services in their area. The great thing about Meta, which is the parent company of Instagram and Facebook, the great thing about that is when we say we're running this ad for our company and there's ways to do this in the back end, it's going to target people that are actively already looking for your service. Again, that's why the targeting is so important. And again, it's just your post you already made turned into an ad. So now it's going to reach qualified local prospects. It's going to focus on immediate service needs and it's going to generate quality leads consistently. All right. Which are two things that are hard to get. And now we're going to get them both together. So now that's where it becomes building familiarity. So we have consistent, simple messaging that creates recognition and trust through repeated positive exposure to your brand, which is key because now that's what we talked about earlier in this about posting on your story every day. So although you don't have to post an Instagram post every day or post reels or whatever it is, they're now on your page and they're on Instagram and at the top, okay, oh, story from Joe's painting. Okay, they see that and now after a week they've seen you every single day and that's gonna again create that bond where it's like, oh, I'm very familiar with this person or this company or whatever it is, and that's where the trust comes through. And again, it's going to increase your brand recognition through repetition, create positive associations with your business, and stay top of mind when services are needed. So let's say you find them in May, or they find you in May, rather. And they see you posting every day, they interact with the jobs, they like what they're seeing. And then by September, you know what? I'm having the family over for Thanksgiving in a little bit here. I want to get my dining room painted. Okay, I'm going to reach out to this company. Boom. But because you were staying top of mind that whole time, now you close that job down, even though they found you a couple months prior. And that's where this comes into play. Okay. And now you're driving conversations as well. So the simple ads lead directly to meaningful conversations. You're gonna have people outreaching to you all the time. Hey, can I get a job? Can I get a quote? Can I do this? Can I do that? But at the same time, you're gonna reach out to some of them as well. You get a new follower. Hey, thanks for the follow. And we have scripts that you can go from there with. Um, and essentially you're gonna get book jobs from this as well, but you're generating immediate customer inquiries this way. You're converting conversations into qualified quotes and you book jobs through direct communication. Okay. And kind of lastly for this module, and this is kind of the overview before we get into the meat and potatoes of it all, but this is what we call kind of the North Star flow of the customer journey here. So your one is posting your content. Super simple. You're now what we do is we script, video, edit, post, and run your socials for you. But for you, it's just you got to do all that yourself, but it's not really that big of a deal. You're making a video, you post it, and then you go into your ads manager and you're going to make it into an advertisement for your local area and target your specific niche. Then we'll have another ad that you're running that is going to be more conversation based. So you can get in the DMs with people, get followers, reach out to all your followers, or if they like your post, reach out to them. And then both of those will lead into getting more jobs. Okay. When you focus on this, everything becomes much more predictable. You get constant leads that are also highly qualified and warm leads, not cold people that you call and then they're like, why are you calling me? Lose this number. No, we're getting people that actually want your service. And it's going to be taking your time back, essentially, right? You're not going to waste time door knocking for hours in a neighborhood, spending hours on the phone, cold calling, relying on hoping that you get some word of mouth referrals or that someone finds you on Google. We're not hoping anymore. We have systems in place, and this is what you're going to do for your business to make sure that you have consistent leads, okay, and that are good leads. So that was a really good overview of what we're going to be going into in this module throughout this course. And move to module two, just make sure you mark this as complete so you don't lose track of where you're at. And you're going to learn the content that we use to structure everything that we do with our North Star clients across all of the social media platforms. So I think this can be really beneficial to you. And I hope this was a really good overview. I hope it made sense. And we're going to move on to the next one in module two.